In 1998, NASA launched a spacecraft called the Mars Climate Orbiter into outer space. The probe was successfully launched and reached space, beginning its long 9-month journey towards Mars, with the goal of studying the planet's climate and atmosphere. Everything was going perfectly until the orbiter began its maneuver to enter Mars orbit. At that point, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory lost contact with the spacecraft. It seems the orbiter came too close to the Martian surface, leading to its crash and destruction, with damages exceeding $100 million. So, what went wrong?
Investigations were launched quickly to find the cause of the crash. Was it a miscalculation by NASA's team? It was later revealed that the error came from a computer program developed by Lockheed Martin, the primary contractor for the mission. That program was calculating the force of the orbiter's small thrusters using pound-seconds, an imperial unit, while NASA's navigation software was expecting the data in newton-seconds, a metric unit.
As a result, the spacecraft approached Mars at a dangerously low altitude, just 57 kilometers above the surface instead of the planned 140 to 150 kilometers. The cause was a simple unit mismatch that was never covered or verified, led to the permanent loss of the spacecraft.
And in Gradle, similar things can happen all the time. Such mistakes might not cost you $100 million, but they can cost you something even more valuable: your time.
Today
Hello,
we dive
everyone.
I should go first. You not read the script?
I am sure I am first. Sorry, everyone. It's just today's topic.
Today, we'll dive deep into understanding why things break, especially when you try to change some settings in your app, like versions of Gradle, Android Gradle plugin, or libraries.
I tried updating my build.gradle with a new plugin version to fix one bug, and boom, nothing worked after that.
Wait, what exactly happens when you change a plugin version? Shouldn't it just work if you grab the latest one?
That's a great question, and the answer is one of the most important lessons in Android development. It's simply mismatch. Changing your plugin version, especially the Android Gradle plugin, AGP, is a big deal.
Why? Because it's like changing the engine of your car. Sure, it might make things faster, but you have to make sure that the rest of the car parts are compatible with the new engine, right?
That in general. So let's look to details. Number 1. Plugin and Gradle compatibility. We say in first lesson that plugin tells Gradle how to build your Android app. It defines rules, tasks, and integrations. Without it, Gradle wouldn't even know you're building for Android. Let's say your AGP version is 7.1.2, and the Gradle version is set to 7.2. Note that each AGP version supports only a specific range of Gradle versions, so now these two versions is compatible. Not same number but comparable.
If you want to change to AGP 7.3, it requires Gradle 7.4 or above. If you mismatch them, even slightly, your build will fail with errors that often say things like, "Minimum supported Gradle version is X. Please upgrade." This is a common issue, because Android evolves fast. Each release of Android Studio comes with new Gradle and plugin versions, often requiring updates to your build files, dependencies, and even code.
How to avoid these issues?
Here's what we recommend. It's absolutely essential to check the official Gradle compatibility table in this link. Google updates it regularly to ensure you know exactly which version of the Android Gradle plugin works with which version of Gradle. We have added the link in the description. And also update gradually. Don't jump 3 or 4 versions at once.
Also check if your Kotlin version, compile SDK, and dependencies still work. Test the app thoroughly after each update. It's not just about writing code. It's about managing systems and knowing when to touch what.
Number 2. Dependency conflicts. Let's say you include the next 2 libraries in your dependencies block. Even though you don't use the old version directly, it's still brought into the project and may cause conflicts in build process. To fix this, you might need to use resolution strategy to force one version, or exclude the old version manually.
You should note that in our example the conflict was clear from the text, but most often it is not this simple. So if you need add new library to project, you make sure to that it will not make conflict with existing one by trying the build process after adding new library. And make sure you just adding the libraries that need it.
Congratulations everyone! We covered most important Gradle topic.
We had to start the Android course with Gradle to make sure everyone understands what works behind the scenes to turn code into an APK, and how to configure it properly. I don't want anyone to repeat my mistakes. But now, we're ready to level up, starting real Android coding from next time. If today's episode helped you even a little,
then hit like. Leave a comment. Let us know you're learning. Next time, we will level up. Coda. Hey Coda. Didn't you just finish your work a moment ago? Why do you look so down?
Because someone else finished my task with ease. I stepped out for 5 minutes, and when I came back, it was all done. It was a girl, and she was laughing at the code I wrote. She asked me, "Do you really think you'll level up like this?" When I asked her who she was, she answered me in Arabic.
أخبر نونين. في المرة القادمة أنا من سيرفع المستوى.